Hello everyone, my name is Karim Abou Shousha. I'm senior lighting artist at Ubisoft. And today I'm gonna give you some tips in Unreal Engine for how you can get lighting mode like this image or the image like this. Because I know many of you many times you ask yourself how we can reach this kind of mood, and I know it's quite tricky, but believe me, I'm gonna give you some nice tips, and I think it's gonna be the first time you see this. So before we start, I just want to show you something. Uh, Whenever you work on Unreal Engine or any other software, you have to make sure when you add the light, just try to make your light natural as much as I can, because any scene you are seeing here has different color than the natural color. It's because the post-processing effects. So we have tweaked the colors, we have to tweak the contrast effect, but the main idea to get the natural color and the lighting as the real world. If you reach this, you will be able to change your mood to any other mood, and I'm gonna show you how you can create this. So the first thing, I'm gonna use this mood, this scene. Okay, and believe me, you can use any kind of scene to get the same result. Okay, so I'm gonna use the HDRI. Okay, just move it down here, and from here I'm gonna add the intensity 100. Okay, and in skylights, let's add 600. Okay, and from here I will select specific cube map. Okay, so I have this nice HDRI. Okay, so I'm gonna drag it here. I just try to find HDRI like this image or this sky. Okay, so I add it here, and also I will go back to the HDRI and drag it and drop here. Okay, as you can see here, everything is overexposure, right? So the second step, we're gonna add post-processing to set up the exposure. Okay, so I will search for infinity. Oh, we didn't add it. Oh, sorry. Let's add it here, infinity. Okay, and now let's go to post-processing exposure, turn on the exposure, and from min and max, uh, I will add maybe 8. Okay, I think 8 is a good value, but I have to search for the HDRI again here. Intensity. Ah, okay. I think because we didn't change the size, so let's change the size to something like this. Okay, so try to make the size bigger as you can. Okay, so as you can see here now, everything's too bright. Okay, so I will go back here and let's see 10. Okay, so compare the sky. Now we can start to see the sky color, which is looks very nice. Compared to the sky and the balance of the skylights, it looks okay, but we'll try to make some tweaks. So let's add 11. So 11, it's very good value because we don't need that overexposure. We need some uh, low exposure. Okay, so now we have nice balance between this between the sky and the environment, but I feel the environment it's a bit dark, so we can go back here to the skylight, and or we can select this and maybe add, yeah. No, I think the balance it's okay. The balance it's fine. Okay, for me the balance is fine. So for me, I almost finish 80% of the mood. Okay, because now I have this natural color, and if you check this, there is no direction light, but for sure we're gonna add direction light, but we'll just put some very low intensity. So now how we can reach this mood? Okay, so before we add the mood, I'm gonna add direction light to give us some nice shadow and a light. If you remember when I showed you how to get some realism look, because we use the real value in exposure. So now, if you reach the max of the light, you can't see anything. So in this case, I'm gonna use maybe 1500. Okay, and move the light direction to this side. Okay, I will keep it white and maybe just add 1000. We just need very low intensity. You see, we can see the light, but it's low. And because we have the skylight, the light should be the shadow should be soft. Okay, so here we can add maybe 50. Okay, now we have this nice shadow. Okay, so the next step we gonna add the fog. Okay, I believe there is a fog here in the scene. Still working, yes. So we can move this here and just turn this off. Okay, so we'll search for fog and just drag it and drop here. And from here, all we need to just turn on this one. Okay, volumetric fog, and start to add the fog to just have this nice blending between the sky and the environment. Okay, so we can increase the value. So if you don't want the fog to be near to the camera, we can change the start distance to have the fog only in the background here. Okay, so now we have this nice mood. Okay, or we can just bring it more fade outs here. So now it looks for me very nice. So as you can see here now, the light looks very natural. So the third step, we're gonna work on the post processing. Believe me, we will not do too much thing in the post processing. It's just um, few setting, and then we're gonna reach the details. Okay, we're gonna use for sure the chromatic, because if you look at this image, the as you can see here, there is some chromatic effect, but we'll not use it right now. So the first thing, I'm gonna go to the search for, oh, sorry. Yeah, go here. We're gonna use the mid-tone, because the mid-tone, it's a secret to reach this mood, okay? And we're gonna turn on gain and see the magic now. So once we start to move this, wow, that happened. Can you believe this? Just see the difference between this mood and this mood. Just one touch, it can change your scene completely. But again, the idea is to make your light natural as much as you can, and with just few steps. Now you will be able to make some areas dark, make some area bright. So it's all up to you. So now we can go to the post processing and go to the global. Okay, and yeah, one more thing, as you can see here, the color, it looks okay, but sometimes I would prefer to put the saturation in this kind of modes as 0.8 or 0.7 to have low saturated, because if you we back go back here, you see here he wear red and he wear green, but we can't really see this color because the color is has some low saturated. Okay, so this is something also you have to think about. So think about the saturation of the mood you are looking for. So to do this, it's very simple. So we can create sphere. Okay, and from here I'm gonna create material and just drag it and drop here. Press 3 from the keyboard, right click, convert to parameter and color, and press 1 from the keyboard, and just I need this to be fully no roughness. Okay, and just do this. Okay, Now we have the white, okay, and I'm gonna create material instance, okay. From here, we'll make this value 0.5, which is gonna be gray, okay. And be careful, the white is not it shouldn't be white completely. So there is also a value for the white, so we can put the value 0.9, okay, to get the real value, okay. And also from here we can add this one and start to get your favorite colors like red. So if you are looking for the red, so I'm gonna get the full red from here to just make sure that I have the right color of red, okay. So now if we go back to the post processing, okay, and just turn off this one, you see the red here is too has too saturated. But if you put 0.7, now we have this natural color which is gonna match with this color. So that's mean you don't have to change the color in the characters textures or any other assets. No, just keep everything natural with with the natural color and the lights, and then from post processing we can reach these details, okay, like in movie or any other cinematic shots, or even in the games. Even in the games we always use the same principle. We put the light as a natural, and then we apply another post processing on top of this to create our customer customizing our customization modes, okay. So yeah, I think 0.75, which is very good value for me, okay. So now we can remove this, okay. So we can go back here and turn on contrast. You can start to add more contrast. As you can see here, now we have more contrast. And because this area is too dark, we can go back here and make the fade out of the fog less. So now you see the difference between this and this one. Now we have more fade out for the fog, okay. So that's it. Look at this. If we go back to the post processing and you want, for example, to reach the second mode here, it's very simple. So all we need, we're gonna add more fog, okay, to make it more bright in the background. And also we're gonna change the gain to have more bluish effect. Now we have this one. And let's turn on chromatic, okay. And from the fog, I'm gonna add the fog here, and let's add something like this. So now we reach the same details. You see, it's very simple, very easy. If you get the natural color, you will be able to change anything. Now we have this nice mode. Okay, so there is another good tip we always using in games. I just want to show you something. Sometimes you have the scene which is you apply HDRI and it makes all your scene is too bright. But sometimes you ask yourself how we can get some area darker than the background, because in the image visualization, we have something that's called eye catching and vignette point, which is you can make the assets near the to the camera is dark and the background is bright, or you can invert this to make the assets near to the background brighter and the background to be dark, okay. So how we can reach this? In this case, we use something is called, oh, just want to go back here. We use something is called it GI blocker. or the light blocker. It's very simple, but it's a bit tricky, but you will see the difference. Okay. So all I'm gonna do, so you can create planes, you can create cubes, so whatever the shapes you can use it. But in this case, I'm gonna use box. Okay. And let's scale it. Okay. And I will just put it here on top. Okay. So we can scale as much as we can. And now let's say I need to keep the background it's bright, and from the top is the near camera it's dark, like the image we saw here. Okay, so like this one. So now we can move it here. Okay, depend on where exactly you want the asset to be dark. Okay, let's say you need to make the camera move like this, or you want to take the shots from this side. But here we have a problem. The box, it's still visible in the scene. So it's very simple. We're gonna create a material. Okay, new material, and from here we just change the material to be masked. Okay, and press one and left click from the mouse and just add opacity mask, save it, and apply to your cubes. Okay, so just take a look on when we turn this off. Boom, we have this bright. Now we have this area is dark, and now there is no box. So now you can get some nice darker area, and you can call this light block blocking. Okay, you can even create the box from that's what I am always do. So I can create a blueprint. Okay, and I can call this light block. Okay, double click and add cube. Okay, and from here just oops, scale it as much as you can, and you can create some different shapes. Okay, like sphere or cylinder, whatever you want. Okay, and from here I'm gonna apply the material. Okay, and yeah, that's it. So let's turn off this one. Okay, and drag and drop this one. Okay, now we have this. Okay, so as you can see here, we can see the guide for the box, so we know where exactly the box, so we can scale it, we can move down, we can move more higher. So boom, we have this nice sheet. Okay, so that's everything. There is nothing more to show you here, but yeah, it's as I told you, it's something very tricky, and I'm always use this. If you go back to the post processing and start play with the game, for example, so you just take a look. If we change the mood to have green effect, and maybe we can go back to the exposure and just make the exposure value low. Can you see the difference? So it's a mood like Call of Duty. Okay, so or you can even change the intensity. Let's say here 100, and from here we can use 500 to have less light. So wow, now we have this kind of mode. You can go back to the direction lights. Okay, and you can add some volumetric scattering, like have maybe 5. Okay, and you can use also um light faction to get I don't know if there is a cloud effect here. No. Yes, we have some nice cloud here. I just want to take a look on this one. Not sure about. Oh no, it's not a light faction, but I would like to find the textures. Oh, I think there is no textures, but we can create some alpha. This one, it's the same. It's not gonna be useful, but I need some textures as black and white. Just I'm gonna try to create a new material. Okay, and from here I'm gonna change this to light function. Oh, convert textures. Yeah, let's drag it and drop here. Okay, save it. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I think, yeah, I save it here. So we can now drag it and drop here. Okay, and now we can get some nice god rays. You see? Boom. But for sure we can change make some nice blending between the black and white, or we can increase the tiles for the textures. Okay. So let's try to have maybe 15. Wow, look at this. So now, also there is a nice tips I'm always using. So I would prefer to connect the direction light to the HDRI. So once you put the light in the right direction, so let's say you put the light direction here to just match with this intensity of the light. So now it looks more makes more sense. So now whenever you move the direction light, the light will be moved also. Boom. So now you can get this nice mood. From the direction light, we can start to increase the value. So you can add more lights. And from here, let's bring this back to 10. So yes, that's it. You see, but again, we have to, you can, for example, create multiply and add here, like you can write anything and just one, save it. Okay, so now we can control of black and white. So just move this a little bit here. So now we can start to see the difference between the colors. Okay, and just go back here 5, and we can change the scale. Boom, you see now it looks different. If you go back to the post processing effect and start to change the mood, wow, it's crazy, right? But I would like to move the direction light a little bit like here. Okay, so that's it. That's everything. So, but the fog here is too much, so I don't want to have this kind of fog. So we can just have this nice, yeah. For me, this better than this. So now it looks more natural. We have some nice gut rays. So yeah, you can switch to the mood, to the night mood. Uh, Also, you can change the color. You can go to the temperature or the tint. You can get more yellowish effect, or here now it's more at night. Okay, if you change Here, boom. You see, it's just some tweak of the setting. Boom, you can change the mood from the day to night by one or two steps. So that's it. Now we have this night mode. You don't have to think that much on how you can reach the night lighting mode. So here is the secret: create a nice balance of lights by using HDRI and the skylight, and then you can use the post processing. Even in the movie, sometimes they shoot the shots at the in the daytime, and but when the edit in Adobe Premiere or any other software like in combusting, they can change the mood from day to night by using the post processing. So here is that's called the power of the post processing effect. Okay, so that's it. I wish you like this video. You can try this tip, and please don't forget to subscribe my YouTube channel and share it with your network. And yeah, don't forget to leave your comments. And for sure, I'm accepting donation. You can give me some donation on the YouTube. Uh, yeah, that's it. And I wish you like this video. See you in the next video, and bye bye.